It's crazy, y'all. Greetings, Roundup homies. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Good evening. Come on in. Come on in, Roundup homies. It is good to see you again. I have not broadcasted on my own. It's probably been, I don't know, 3 months. 3 months. I'm sorry, 3 weeks. I'm bugging. I can't get away from y'all for 3 months, right? Come on in, Roundup homies. Hope all is well with you as we get rocking and rolling here. Come on in. Don't forget, anybody that wants to get their questions answered first, I have a membership. I'm doing my best to continue broadcasting live for you. And doing that takes a lot of time. As you see, I haven't really been able to come live to you just because life is crazy. Real estate, running an e-com business, daddy daycare, husband and dog sitter. What else do I do? Parent watcher and parent consultant. It's hard raising parents, y'all. So, having said all that, greetings, class. I'm Kris Haskins, and my mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Tonight, I want to talk to you about this is an incredible mistake I just made. Right, I'm losing $25,000 on this deal. Right, I'm losing $25,000. So, in a market where everybody's making money, I want to share with you that I'm still learning. Make sure I got this thing on right here. Come on in, y'all. I love teaching this stuff. This is real life real estate. I mean, where else are you going to get this stuff? I'm still learning, trying to master the game. Yes, I've been doing it since 2004, but I got to keep my ear to the street. And one of the things that I lean on heavily when you get to a certain level in your business, I remember when I used to try to do everything. So I would crawl under the houses with guys. I'd be participating in the painting. I'd help with the tile. I'd be on the roof looking at windows. I quickly learned that I just couldn't be everywhere all the time. So I got to rely heavily on my experts. But when you're starting out, your experts, you don't know if they're in the business of screwing people over or they're going to actually help you. So tonight I'm going to do tonight's broadcast is going to show you how I got my butt handed to me, and I hope you can learn from my mistakes. Maybe, I don't know how. So I'm going to give you the backstory in a second. But so a couple things. The Valuetainment office from Patrick Bet-David called me today. They are going to have a 4th of July special, right? They're going to give you a huge discount. I don't know how big it is. They're going to give you another discount on the Vault conference. So the Vault Valuetainment conference is going to be September 1st. So I'm going to put a number here. I'll put it in the video description below. You can get a discount starting today. Matter of fact, I'm the only guy that has this discount. I'm the only person. Isn't that cool? I feel honored that they would reach out to me to let me offer this discount to my Roundup homies. So Pat, he didn't call me. His team called me. So they're going to give you a discount, but you have to text these guys. This is actually somebody's phone number here. So you're going to text them, and then Leo will give you a call. He's going to give you just an unbelievable deal if you want to still come. And what I'm going to do also, I'm going to treat you to dinner if you come to the conference. Hang out with me and my team and my mentors, my brother, Daniel Barrero, his brother, David Barrero, will be there. But you got to text that phone number. And what I'll do is I'll put that phone number in the video description too. So you don't even have to worry about it. Join me. Valuetainment discount. So text that number there, 320-220-0216, 320-220-0216. It's going to be Leo. Leo's going to help you get a discount. Call me today. Guys, look, we're doing like a $300-$400 discount if you want to. And all the people that have already, if you don't see that in the video description Roundup, take that off. If you don't see that in the video description, just refresh your screen there. It'll pop right up. I just put it there. Come hang out with us. I'm telling you, this is the conference that changed my career. You can notice from 2004 to 2017, I was doing incremental. And then I've experienced the phenomenon. my career. I 10x'd my career. Okay. So let's get into this. Let me show you some pictures. Let me share my screen. So I was renovating a house, buying it, fixing it up to flip it, as we always do. You know, it's no big deal. Another house, another day, right? I mean, just another day. I've been doing it forever, since 2004. So what I usually do, what I'm set up to do is we always, 100% without exception, get a termite moisture inspection before we buy a property. Let me repeat that. We get a termite and moisture inspection. What is that? That's where the termite certified licensed technician crawls under the house, tells me how much termite rot or moisture damage rot wood we have on the property. So I don't buy a house unless I have one of them. Why? Because in the past I would buy the property because I'm buying cash, right? No inspection, all that stuff. And then I don't get into it, and I've got all this moisture damage, rotten wood in the walls under the house. So I got burned. Not this bad. Not $25,000 worth of repairs. How could I miss $25,000 worth of repairs? Me, the guru, right? So since I would say I probably implemented this back in 2010, I'm not buying another house, or maybe 2008, 9. We always get termite moisture. They crawl under the house. They say, Chris, we saw X amount of joists bad. We saw your main girder. They're going to tell you exactly what's rotten under there, so you can put that into your repair budget every time you buy a property. So if you're buying houses to fix them up and resell them, always get a termite repair inspection. They crawl under there. They have their flashlight. They poke around. They say, look, you got X amount of damage. It's going to cost you this. And then you can do the work yourself while the floors are up. Okay. So the reason you want to get it done while the floors are up, because nobody wants to get under a house and work like this. Nobody. They don't like getting under there and working on their backs. That's going to be a more expensive repair. So if the floors are up, they can cut the floor. They can walk and do the repairs from the top. All right. Let me repeat that. Termite moisture guys would rather do the work from the top. They cut the floor out and they put the joists in, boom, 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 and then they put the subfloor back, as opposed to once all the stuff right now, my house is all the way done. Now they have to crawl under the property on their elbows and knees and do the work like this. Put it up, slide it over. It requires a lot of brutal strength, energy, life energy, and people just don't want to do it. So if you get their inspection before you buy the house, you can rip the floors up and they can do the work, and it's a lot faster. Okay. So what I did on this house, like I always do, I got a termite moisture inspection. So let me make sure I remind you too, 4th of July, I told you if you came today, I'd give you some goodies, right? Everything on my website, krishaskins.com, everything 50% off, everything starting Friday. And that code, I'm going to put it in the video description as well, just because you came by. I'm giving you a treat because you're blessing me by coming and hanging out with your boy. 4th of July, everything 50% off. Don't miss it. It starts from Friday to Monday. Okay, so get everything, all my training. That's going to be the Section 8 course, private lending course, the land trust docs, the subject to docs. What else? I don't know. Text message, the text blast master class. Man, you name it. All of it. The wholesaling academy, everything 50% off on the site, krishaskins.com. Don't miss it, y'all. Invest in yourself this 4th of July. I promise it's going to be worth it. Take a few minutes, and nothing is even that expensive on my site anyway. So, and I'm trying to call my boys. Hopefully I'll be able to, I'm trying to get all my boys to give us some discount too on all the stuff. So let me know who y'all want to, if you got some training you want, they give me discounts. They give me discounts because of the value that we provide. Okay. So we bought the property. We did a termite inspection. All right, y'all. Oh, I'll put that code in here. You got to have a code to get the discount. My termite inspector, I've been using him since 2010, maybe 2012. I don't know. He's been crawling under these houses. He says, Chris, you need to do ABC, right? Been using them. Might have had a few hiccups here and there, but this time he wasn't available. He sent his employee. Crawl into the house. And I got in trouble using employee in the past, not hiring the guy that I knows that I thought that knows. They did the inspection. They said, Chris, all good. No termite, no rotten wood under the property. No problems. All we got to do is do a treatment. It'd be $800 and then you're good. Okay. Now, mind you, I paid $200,000 for this house. We're selling it for $350,000. So he said everything's good. We finished the full renovation, $60,000 later. We got a buyer. We're going to closing, right? So we just had the inspection today. Y'all. Now let me bring you back up to speed. I call my termite guy, do the inspection for me. He does the inspection. I thought he did it, but he sent his employee. Okay, I didn't know that. So I bought the house based on the inspection that he did. All right, I want y'all to make sure you follow me. So I'm thinking, oh man, I'm good. No termite damage under there, no problem. But let me tell you what happened when we ripped out the primary bathroom. There was a lot of damage in the subfloor, and I was thinking at that time, I wonder why he didn't tell me about that. Well, maybe he figured since we were renovating the entire bathroom, we would just fix that rotten wood in there. So I let it slide. My gut told me to call him up and ask him why he didn't put that damage on the report. Right, my gut. Always trust your gut. So here we are. Fast forward. We listed the property for sale. We put $60,000 in the renovation. I got a buyer a few days ago. Now it's time. I'm thinking, house is done. We did everything, right? Nothing else to do. The buyer did their home inspection and termite inspection, right? So I'm thinking, don't forget, I'm putting you in my shoes, putting you in your boy's shoes. Termite's good, right? No problem. I mean, we got everything. But who is that? Buyer did their termite and moisture today. Now, what happens when I sell a property? The buyer will get their own termite and moisture inspector to crawl under there, or they can use ours. They opted to use their own and their home inspector. Let me show you what they found today. Ready for this roundup? You're not going to believe this mess. So this is what I got an email today. Hold on, Chris. What's going on with this? Oops. Did I not do that? Can I blow that up some? This is what they found under the house roundup. Take this off. If you want, don't forget, guys, if you can find it in your mental capacity and your philosophy to help support my channel, listen, I'm going to answer members' questions first. Listen, I have a membership, right? It's like, it costs you nothing but a large Starbucks coffee a month. The members' questions, I wanted to offer busy professionals and real entrepreneurs, full-time entrepreneurs, just a little something extra to where they can get their questions answered first. And it allows me to keep producing content for you. That link is in the video below. It'll say join. So this is just for my busy professionals and entrepreneurs. That helps me keep producing this content, and I answer your questions first. And tomorrow we got my boy Larry Goins coming on too. Don't forget Larry. Oh man, good old Larry. Been around since the 1980s. So look at this. They went under the house roundup. That's the first thing we saw there. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, y'all? I mean, your boy is just, good gosh. Look at that, y'all. That's one piece of wood. All right, so, oops. Let's go back there. This is what they sent me. Rotten wood all the way. This is the main girder. If you know what a girder is, it's the main joist that goes down the center of the property. This is like 1, 2, 3. They put 3 2x10s right here. The sister, my guy fixed it with one anyway. Look at that gap. This rotten wood, y'all. Another girder. I think this is a 6x6. Can y'all see that? Oops. Look at that. The wood is completely rotten. Rotten wood, y'all. Look, just dry rotted out. Another 1, 2, 3. It looks like a 6x10 there. Rotten wood. Completely dry rotted out. Dry rotted out. Boom, all the way down. He put some of this. I don't know what the hell he did. But that's what I had to deal with today. So this is the inspection that I got today. All right. So let me put you in my mental capacity. I'm thinking I already got my termite inspection under the house. I'm good. $60,000 in the reno. We listed the property. Got a buyer a few days ago. The buyer's inspector comes with their termite guy today. Crawls under the house. Boom. I get the call. Now, these phone calls are not polite. Because let me put you into and we're going to go over how much this is going to cost in a minute. Let me put you into the mindset of a buyer. Buyer sees house fully renovated. Let's see if I got any pictures of that. See if I got pictures of that house. Hold tight, y'all. See if I can make it. And while you're waiting too, if you wouldn't mind joining me to try to we're trying to make the Confederate flag illegal. There's a link in the video description for that as well. Join me, y'all, to try to get the Confederate flag. I'm like, they don't let the Nazi flag fly in this country. Why do they have the Confederate flag? So when I started, it was 46,000. I'm trying to promote this as much as I can. We need 300 and we need 3,000 more signatures. Actually 2,200. Trying to ban the Confederate flag in this country. Now, obviously, you don't have to have the same views as me, but I feel uncomfortable when I see this flag. The last 2 houses I looked at had Confederate flags in the properties, right? I wanted to look at one yesterday. Confederate flag in the daggone property. So I'm doing my part to try to ban the Confederate flag. I'm asking you if this is something you believe in too, because obviously this is freedom of speech, free country, do whatever you want, but I'm asking you to support this. And what's crazy is I was made aware of this by my best friend and his wife. They reached out to me a few weeks ago. They were shocked. They live in Cali. They came to the East Coast, the down south, and they saw these flags on Interstate 95. Huge Confederate flag. So the link is in the video description if you want to help your boy help support banning the flying of the Confederate flag. Just join me in that below. Okay. Got to make sure I say that right. So we'll get to those. Let's get to those repairs. See if I got any pictures of this property. Now, the reason I'm not really going into detail on the pictures is because I have a video coming out where I do the whole thing. You can see. Okay, here we go. I got pictures. So, see if I can do this. Here's the house here. That's the kitchen. Completely renovated, right? Kitchen renovated. All new. Everything. Flooring, appliances, paint, windows, cabinets, everything, right? Everything's brand new. I mean, just sweet. Look at the property. New bathroom. Now, can you imagine? I want to put you in the mindset of the buyer. Okay, I'm going to put you in the mindset. So, and any rational human being would think this way, right? So let's think about the mindset. So you're buying a house, 350,000. You see everything completely renovated, brand new, everything, and then you get your home inspection and your termite inspection. They crawl under there and they say, "Oh man, this thing looks horrible under here. This is whoever renovated this house. They left a lot of wood under here." From my perspective, it would feel like and appear to be that whoever renovated the property is trying to cover up something or not do some work because they didn't spend any money under the property. Okay, that is the mindset of a buyer. Because I would think that way too, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you think that way? Put it in the chat. If you saw a house that was fully renovated, everything done, roof, windows, siding, flooring, kitchen, bathroom. I mean, it's just looking new and sexy. But then you go under the house, home inspector, and it's looking old, busted. Is it not out of the realm of possibility that one could think, these people probably covered up a lot of stuff, right? That's what I would think. Why wouldn't you just spend the money under the house too? You know you got to do an inspection before you sell it. Everybody has to do an inspection before you sell the property, right? So round up, my real estate roundup homies. Here we go. So here I am today. I get an email with those pictures, but that's not the kicker. The pictures is the bill. The bill, what it's going to cost me to fix under the property because we already have a buyer that is ready, willing, and able to buy the property. Okay, so let's take a look at the invoice together. I want y'all to pray for me. Y'all pray for me. So don't forget, as we're looking at this invoice, we got a few things. Call my boy Leo. If you want to come to the Valuetainment Conference, that link is in the video description. Okay, that is going to be September 1st. Leo's a smooth dude. Shoot that there. We're going to treat you to dinner if you come. You got to come through us. If you want to, I will treat you to dinner that September 1st. You're going to meet all my guys. Free dinner. And this tomorrow we got my boy Larry Goins coming on. He's going to share how to buy houses for 10 grand. Well, that will be Thursday at 7 o'clock. Now I have convinced Larry to give you a special 4th of July bonus too. You know your boy's working for you. Well, my team is. We reach out to people to say, look, if you come on the channel, what can you give my roundup homies? What you gonna give? What can you give? Right. So Larry's tomorrow at 7 o'clock. He's gonna give you some super bonuses with this stuff. He was telling me about this stuff. He did some private coaching clients. They pay so much money to hang out with him. It's ridiculous, right? And starting Friday, my 4th of July giveaway. Everything 50% off at my site at krishaskins.com. Everything is 50% off. So it's a blessing to be able to share that with you. Roundup, thank you for supporting your boy. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. You have no idea how much I appreciate you guys. You guys keep me here. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. For you guys. Okay, so here's my invoice. So we got the termite inspection, and this is what the invoice said. Can y'all see this? I want you to see something here, y'all. Look at this. Look at the date. It's today, June 30th. So, Chris, we know you got your termite and moisture inspection. We know you got yours done when you bought the property and all that stuff. Okay, that's cool. And you think that there's zero moisture damage in this property. But let me pull your coattail to what's really going on based on the buyer, the people that are spending $355,000 to buy the house, what their termite and moisture people said. Hampton Roads Termite Pest Control has inspected the above property. The property's there. Full fungus treatment, $475. Nah, I can live with that. I'm not mad at that. Next, 2, we need to sister approximately 125 2x8x8 joists. It's going to cost me $11,000. Okay. Can y'all see this? Let me know. Somebody put in the chat if they can. Can y'all see this thing here? It's crazy, dude. I'm so sick to my stomach. Number 3, cut out and replace 25 beams 6x6x8 and 6x6x9. That's going to be $10,000. Okay. The next is number 4, tape ductwork to eliminate AC leak under the crawl space. I can deal with that. That's $600. We can take care of that. 5, recommend. I don't even know. Listen, now they recommend to install dehumidifier. What is that? Another $4,000. Now, I don't know if when somebody says recommend, I'm not installing a dehumidifier system under a house that I don't even own. I can see if it was a little different if I was going to hold onto the property, but they can do that on their own. $4,000 seal vents, install new moisture barrier. I already had a moisture barrier done. Install, I don't even know what a DHU unit is. What is a DHU unit? Include licensed electrician. So electrician has to run power to the dehumidifier system. Total above work, $26,370. Can you say damn? I don't even know. Dog, can you see? I want y'all to make sure y'all see that. This is a bill I got today. So I just want y'all to see. I'm going about my day. I got baby Preston, my wife here, dropping my kid off at skateboard practice. I'm thinking we got the house sold, home inspection today. They might ask for a few things. I know I already got my termite inspection done, so I know it can't be but so much there. Can't be but so much. And then, bam, I get hit $26,000 repair, right? This is after we've already put 60 plus into it, right? So I'm going to be in this thing for what, 60, 70, 80, 85,000. So, man, I was mad at first. I guess I still am a little mad. I'll keep that up so y'all can see that. I'm still a little mad, okay? But I always ask myself, what can I learn? Chris, what can you learn? What are you going to do? I love that question, Chris. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, right? I hope y'all can hear the sincerity. I hope you get the confidence in my voice because Ain't no way out of this. Ain't no way out of this, y'all. I thought about it. Maybe we need to get another estimate. Do we need to find out if we can get it done? So I have my guy. Anyway, could I shave some off? We've already got a buyer that's willing, ready, and able to buy based on their termite people. It will probably be better if we use their people because they're getting the loan so they can be happy when they do the work. So much things went around in my head today. But at the end of the day, I have to look in the mirror and say, Chris, what could you have done? My gut. Remember, I told you my termite guy cleared me, but I found out he didn't go. One of his workers went. Big strike against me. Red flag, number one. Number two, red flag. When we ripped out that bathroom and we found a lot of moisture damage in that floor in the primary bathroom and we repaired it all. Something told me, Chris, why didn't they tell you about this moisture damage? Why didn't they call you and say, oh, they didn't even, I paid them to tell me about it, but they didn't. So my spirit was saying, let me double check what they did under the property. Once again, your gut will not lie to you, Roundup. Your gut won't lie to you. Hey, make sure to smash that thumbs up down there too. Please, for our optimization purposes, Roundup, please. Just smash that thumbs up down. It's right there. If we're pouring into you tonight, right? I'm just telling you about my day. It's crazy. So we got 190 people. So you see my repairs, 26,000. So Ryan and I have to make a decision. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? 26,000 right there. We got Joyce, 11,000. Good gracious. I think we could probably strike number 5, dehumidifier system. I don't really care about that. I'm not really tripping on that. But the other stuff, I don't think I can scratch that. So where am I? Where am I mentally? I'm nervous. I don't want my buyer to walk away, right? Because the buyer could say, you know what, I don't know what these dudes are doing. I don't know. I don't think I'm interested in buying this house. What else did they cover up? If they didn't do all that work if they didn't do $26,000 worth of work under the property, what else could they have missed? Right? So we pride ourselves in doing above and beyond. I'm telling you why I'm still in business. Let me tell you, we go just like Napoleon Hill says, we do more than what is required. I don't spare any expenses on my renovations because I know this type of stuff pops up. So the house is done all the way, but under the property, and there's nothing I can do. I'm looking bad right now. So I got 2 options: roll with their people or try to save some dollars. I'd like to know, what would you do? What would you do? Would you like to save a few dollars? So what I learned was I should have trusted my gut and got my guy to come back and inspect the property. And I should have, should have got a second opinion, y'all. But I'm thinking, I've been using this same company since 2013. When I found out he sent an employee, that should have been a red flag for me. And so now Ron and we are going to have to raise the red flag and say, you know what? We're done with this guy. We can't use him anymore. We got to let him go. And I'm telling you, I love supporting Black businesses. I want to support Black businesses. And I'm not saying this is, and I don't think that this is necessarily a mistake because of it being a minority-owned business. However, I want to channel my dollars if I can. Why not? If I can support Black business, I want to do that. So this one, I got to bite the bullet, y'all. So I want to share with you guys, I've been doing this for quite a while. And I want you to know I still make mistakes. So when you got capital sitting, you have to deploy it somewhere. So I got hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, what are we going to do with it? So that's why we flip and we take money, we put it into the houses, we get the money out. What Ron LeGrand says, we take cash to asset to cash. We transfer cash to asset to cash, right? So we don't borrow all the money. Paris, what up, man? Thank you so much for your love offering. So we're going to do some Q&A. Roundup, take a second. Listen, get your question answered first and then engage with us. I love you guys. I'm going to see if I can get my boy on here. Mike Fritz just bought a big old multifamily. Hopefully I can get him to come on and share what he just did very briefly, real fast after we do some quick Q&A. Get your questions answered first. There's a join button, y'all, for my busy professionals. We answer members' questions first. And then we moved to my subscribers. So we moved to our subscribers to try to make sure we give you guys a little bit something extra, just a little extra. What up, Paris? Thank you for supporting our channel, my friend. Jennifer, hey, good morning. Good afternoon to you, as my father would say. What the Sam hell? Yeah. The employee got fired. I don't know. I would hope he got fired. I don't know about that, Jennifer, but I need to find out about that. So they thought you were trying to get over. So I always, one of the skills that I've learned is to put empathy, put yourself in the other person's shoes, compassion, right? What would you think if you had a fully renovated property, but under the house was all towed down to hell? What would you think? I don't know. I don't know what I would think. I would be skeptical. I'll be skeptical. Paris, one of my channel members, is there a second story window for you to jump out? Jennifer, one of my members, thank you for supporting. I ain't got to see it. I believe you. Where is it? Yes, y'all would probably give that employee a big problem. Y'all would probably give employee. Chris, it's just not about the money, but your rep is on the line. So you're gonna go with their people to make them comfortable. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to consult with my boy Ron to verify, but I'm thinking we're going to here's the thing. When people hire somebody and then I pay for it, you can't blame me. I paid your people. That's a negotiating tactic that I learned too when you're buying houses. If you have somebody that will do something, let me pay your people, right? I'd rather just pay them. Crazy, y'all. So don't forget, round up. My lesson, I love depending. I like depending on people. What is it? Michael Gerber says, we're interdependent. We're not independent. I love depending on people. Listen, if you're an expert, do what you say you're going to do. Because for damn sure enough, I'm going to do what I'm saying I'm going to do. If I say I'm going to bring 200 grand at closing, boom, let's go 200, 300, whatever it's going to be. I'm going to do. That's the reputation that I have built over the years, right? Personally. And I'm not saying I'm right, wrong, better or worse, good or bad. That's just what I've done. So I have to roll with a certain level of expectations when I hire people to say, listen, do what you say you're going to do, or say what did you say it was this? Okay, boom, it's that. Let's take care of it. Hard to fix a problem that you're unaware of. Hard to fix a problem. So let's get to some Q&A. Kenneth Bell, what am I doing wrong? Yep, inspecting. I should have trusted my gut and got another inspection. Janet, hey. Janet, can you go back to your guy raise hell for missing that? Janet, I have passed that. Yes, I could. But what is that going to do? I talked to Ron about it. He missed one in the past. People are human. He's missed some stuff in the past, right? And I screamed at him for that. And I felt terrible because when you're paying people, they can't necessarily scream back at you. And I just don't like doing that. So I'm going to sleep on this for a day, but screaming, yeah, I don't do it. Kimbert, what's up, man? I'm new to the channel. Thank you. Thank you for coming along with us. Join our channel if you want to help me continue to produce content. Yep, fully renovated. Fully renovated. Scott, there you go. You're right. So, Scott, I'm presuming you're saying if you were the buyer, you walk away. You walk right away, right? You would think, I would think, I'm like, this dude did a full reno, but he didn't do under the house. What else is he covering up? No, something's fishy here. But my only saving grace is, look, we'll just pay your people. That way it's over. I don't have to worry about you thinking. So, Scott, if I bring my guys in to do the work, right? Maybe he has a relationship with them and they may cover something. Just too many. When there's what I've learned, when there's an unknown, the answer is always no. People backing out. Crazy. Calvin, what up? Good to see you, my friend. This dude's a model and real estate closer. You're looking sharp. Maurice, can I help it with my first property? Sure. Give us the email, kris@krishaskins.com. kris@krishaskins.com. Jeanette, take the second report. We already did. He didn't agree with it. I took that report to my guy. He didn't agree with it. So first class flip. But what up, man? I'll be in touch with you. Always trust your gut. You already know that, dog. You in the game, so you know. Niera, go with their people to take the lesson because you don't want another mistake. You're right. So trust your gut. So am I going to spend a little bit more money? Sure. But will I sleep at night knowing that the property is sold? I'm just done. I'm so done with it. Okay. Yep, that's right. Jennifer is not about the money. It ain't just about the money. Patricia, hey Patricia, cut the guy, pay for the work, get the sale. That's right. That's what we're gonna do. Well, that's what I'm leaning towards. Do maybe he will pay some of that bill. That's a good point. Maybe Janet, I'll ask him to pay for some of it. I doubt it. Maybe I could sue him, right? Paris, one of our channel members, make sure you get Chris's private money. Oh yeah, you just purchased 2 properties. My prospectus and private money guys are paying everything. Yeah, Paris is a beast. Private, I forgot about that. Yeah, you have my. Thank you, Paris. The private lending prospectus. I think it goes for $300. You can get that 50% off. You got to have a private lending prospectus, aka a presentation. That's a good point, Paris. But it's not for everybody. Some people ain't gonna raise money. They're gonna go to the bank and beg and please. Oh, Mr. Lender, will you blow me the money? Paris, you have no doubt crossed that bridge, my friend. I'm happy for you. That is so cool for Paris. Kev C21, Chris, why the drama? You saw Rotten Wood. Why did you automatically call your inspector when you first saw it? It wasn't emotional, just business. How did I get so casual? You're right. Well, I didn't see the wood. I didn't go under there. These pictures are from the inspector that went out there today. I didn't go under there. We do so many houses. I'm like, I like to weigh, like for Ron, my business partner, Ron, for instance. If he says something, I'm not going to go back and do it. I got other stuff to do. I'm not going to go back and go behind him. And when I do it, he's like, Chris, I already got it. What are you doing? So a lot of times when I do that, it gets repetitive. And then you want to trust people. Round up, while we're here teaching, I got a few more. We're going to try to get Mike Fritz on the line. Subscribe to the channel if I'm pouring into you. Hit that thumbs up, like the content, and share with any other investors. I'm not gone. I'm just make sure I always forget to do this at the end. Hit that bell. Hit the bell so you can know when we're coming live. So tomorrow, I got my boy Larry will be on. He's going to be talking about how to buy a house for $10,000. Larry Goins. Been around since the 1980s. Good God almighty. And my channel, 4th of July. Make sure you signed. I will put a link below so you can join our mailing list, our email list, so you know exactly when we, so you know when we have sales, discounts, training, all that stuff. Join our email list. Yeah, I'll put that for our email list. If you need to get that, make sure you just refresh your screen. I keep forgetting to put on so much stuff I need to put on here for you. A lot of stuff. Let me call my boy Mike, see if he's available. I'm going to try to see if I can get Mike to give us some type of special for 4th of July, being that's my boy. 1 second. Let me put my link up to my email list here so you can join that so you know what time the sale starts. 4th of July. If you want to join our email list, just go below on that. Let me see if Mike's around. I just asked Mike to come on. He just bought a big old unit. Wanted to see if he could talk to us about it a little bit. Copy to my messenger. Okay, let's see. Let's see if Mike's around. This is my boy, good old Mike.
Yo, brother.
Mike, what up?
How you doing, man?
Hey, you around? I'm gonna send you a link. I know you coast to coast.
Yeah, man. I just got in. I'm just checking into my office. Yeah, hit me up, man. Shoot me a link and I'll come on.
All right. You want to send it to Facebook or to your email?
Yeah. Just shoot it on the Facebook Messenger. That way I can just cross over quick.
All right. Peace.
See you.
So Mike Fritz is a friend of mine. The guy, wow, just bought a multifamily, and I'm like, man, why not share with y'all? He's the one doing multifamily. I ain't doing it, and he's got some crazy stuff. Like, I thought he'd come on just to share with you this huge apartment complex he just bought and how we did it real quick, just for a few minutes, and maybe we can convince him to give you his seller financing, like some type of discount for that too. Truth Seeker 2.0. Do I only buy homes in VA? For now, yeah, I'm just in VA. Randy, where's Mr. Transaction? I don't know where Eddie is. I'm sure he's down in the A somewhere doing this thing down in there. Roundup, I had a rough day. I'm sharing this with you. Why am I sharing this with you? Because I don't want you to make the same mistakes as me. If your gut tells you that they didn't do something, or your guys, and even if you've been using it for a long time, go back and just ask the question. Let me ask you, Mike. You ever went against your gut? Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Fritz, multifamily CEO, man, been buying multifamily and teaches and does all that good stuff.
What's up, my friend? It's good to see you, buddy. How you been,
Good to see you
man?
too, my brother. Everything's smooth. Daddy daycare, dog. Daddy daycare.
Yeah, dude, you've been running. You've been running, man. You're like a track star with that, with the juggling act, man.
You're crazy, dog. Tell me about your gut, Mike, real quick before we get. I wanted you to just share a little bit about that building you bought. But first, I got into trouble. I sold I got a house under contract for sale today, and they did their own termite. I got my termite inspector to do it before I bought it, as I always do.
Right.
And then I got it under contract last week, and they got their termite guy that came in today, and I got $26,000 worth of damage.
Oh,
first time ever.
Oh. Let me tell you something, man. When you get into this business of real estate, I have learned that the successful people are the ones that are. Tell me if you see this, Chris. It's the ones that are able to continue to stay in solution oriented mode when everything else comes at you, man. You know what I mean? You see that too, dude?
Yeah, hooping and hollering and screaming and complaining. This doesn't do nothing.
No, I mean, so I'm going to tell you all a story about how this deal that I just locked in, how I almost lost almost six figures. I'm going to tell you about it because it's one of those things that changed the way that it made me a better leader, but it scared the hell out of me.
Scary stuff.
Oh, it is, man. Yeah, it is. It is. You know, I just, so we just closed last Friday on a 98 unit apartment building in Houston, Texas. Well, it's just outside of Houston, Texas. I say Houston, it's in Beaumont. If you're a Texan, you understand the Beaumont, Texas is about an hour outside of Houston. But yeah, so we just bought a 98 unit apartment building in Beaumont, Texas. And it's heavy value add property. Value add property in multifamily just means you can keep increasing the rents, because in multifamily, if you increase the rents, the bank sees the building is worth more money. So it's called forced appreciation. So we can raise the value of the building by increasing the rents. And so it's a heavy value add, lot of opportunity at the property. But they ask for those of you that are just in real estate, maybe you've never heard of an EMD or an earnest money deposit, right? You got to put an earnest money deposit or a security deposit down on these properties. Mm-hmm. And this one was $4.5 million. So I had to put 45 grand down for a security deposit. And in 45 days, that's non-refundable. Mm. And so our bank at the 11th hour pulled out and decided they didn't want a loan on this property.
What?
And so now I had to go back to the seller and say, hey, I'm pretty sure I can get this deal done. Will you give me some more time? And they say, sure, we'll give you more time. We'll give you another week. Well, you ain't getting a loan done in a week, but I took the week, but they charged me $10,000 for that week. Now here's what this means. So I got 45 grand in. Now I'm hard. What that means is in the multifamily space is it's non-refundable. If earnest money goes hard, it means it's non-refundable. So now I've got 45,000 non-refundable. And if I put another 10,000 down, that's also non-refundable. So now I'm at 55 non-refundable.
Wow. Big numbers, brother. Big numbers.
And so the bank comes in and says, no, because we got an appraisal back that said that the building was only worth $3 million, not 4.5. And I knew that appraisal was wrong. I was 100% sure. I'm like, I know it's not, because I'm in multifamily real estate. I know this game. There's no way in the world that appraisal is accurate. So we went to another bank, and it was essentially a hard money bank for multifamily. So it was a much higher interest just to get the loan done, and then I can refinance right after I bought the property. But I needed 30 days to do that. So I go back to the seller, say, listen, I need 30 days. I found somebody that'll loan on it. And they say, okay, we need another 20,000 for that 30 days. So now I'm at 75 grand.
On top of the 10.
On top of it. So yeah. So I'm on, so not exactly. So now I put 45, 10, and 20. So I'm at $75,000 in earnest money. And by the way, I've also got about 5,000 that I paid my attorney to draw the stuff up with our investors, plus about 10,000 in travel expenses and stuff. So I've got about 90,000 into the deal collectively.
Give me your brain right now as you're going through this, and your
so when I get
So
when I get the call from the bank and says we're not going to come through on this loan, man, that was a dark day. But here's what I did. I thought, okay, I can get freaked out, but right now I don't have time to get freaked out.
Wow.
Like I don't have time.
Time.
I don't have time to get freaked out because I just have to I can't think about the fact of losing 95 or 90 grand right now. I can't think about that. I just have to go make sure that I don't. That was what I was thinking. Now, between you and I, in the back of my head, I got this little voice going, you better do something, brother. You're going to lose it. You're going to lose it.
We think we have reins on this thing, right? We think we are like getting it right, but we don't have control.
No, dude. And this is the thing that people see you, and you've been in real estate for so many years. You've been crushing it. But they don't. The thing I love about your channel, Chris, and I think it's one of the most informative channels on the internet around real estate, and I mean that not just because Chris and I are friends, but I've been around this game a while. Is nobody? It's like social media. Nobody's out there spouting out how they lost or made a $25,000 mistake. Chris shows you where he makes a $25,000 mistake. That's where you really learn. Like, hey, we all say, I want to teach you the mistakes I made so you don't make them. But most people never actually share their real mistakes. That's a real mistake. This here, I made a real mistake by accepting a bank and getting a bad appraisal. It was a mistake on my end. I should have vetted the bank harder on the front end. And so understand that. And by the way, I did close, so I didn't lose that money. But let me tell you, that hard money lender charged me $100,000 to get that loan done in points.
They knew you were under the gun?
Yeah. What's that?
Did they know you were under the gun?
Oh, yeah. They knew we were under the gun. So it wasn't even that they knew we were under the gun. He was actually a friend of mine. And so he that's just what they do. When people are about to lose earnest money, they're really good at coming in, getting the loan done, and there's no prepayment penalty, so you can refinance it right away. So we can get it under a lower. And so that's what I said. I said, you know what? I lose 100,000, but here's the deal. I get the deal done, and my investors are still going to make. Yeah, and so they serve a very, very beautiful purpose in the industry. So I'm not going to knock them for charging me money because they really saved the deal, right?
Wow.
But again, so lest you think these deals are all smooth sail into the finish line, man, I'm telling you, a lot of them sometimes are bumpy roads. Whether it's $25,000 on a termite inspection, or an appraisal that came back. By the way, that $3 million appraisal, the bank that came in did their own appraisal, a professional appraisal, came in at $4.8 million. 40% different, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, 40%. Wow. You know what's weird? Well, let's talk about this. We're talking about the experts or professionals. Both of us, we dependent on others. Dude, this is big. We're depending on others to get deals done, and it just doesn't happen, Mike. Sometimes doesn't happen.
Sometimes it doesn't happen. And let this be a huge shout out to making sure that when you build your team, your inspectors and your agents and your investors, build your team with strategy and make sure you only let the good ones on your team. Now again, as Chris mentioned, if they're human error happens. People make mistakes. I get it. Yeah. But I mean, this appraisal, man, 3 million to 4.8, that's 40%. I mean, I don't know how you miss. That's missing it so far out. It's not even an insane universe at that point.
Did you challenge it?
So we did, and the bank agreed. So I went to the bank. So the reason it was so low, I'll tell you guys quickly. The reason it was so low was we bought it at 77% occupancy. And that means when a multifamily is that low, most banks don't want it if it's below 90. And if it's below 90, you have to kind of go to what's called a bridge lender, more of a hard money kind of person that can get the deal done in multifamily. So it was 77. But one of our negotiation tactics is after we go under contract, we want to be part of the management team because we want to actually buy it at a higher occupancy rate. We want to start helping manage this property because you guys obviously aren't doing a great job. So 77%, we got it to 89% before we closed.
How did you do that?
Because they had units ready to rent. They didn't have a marketing engine. So we came in and saw what was going on, worked on those units that were ready to go. And we had the person that was at the site build a small Google page to collect some people searching for properties. We filled those units up and we went to 89.8% occupancy.
I feel like I need to get on a plane and just come and roll the camera with you.
That would be fun, dude. We'd have a blast doing that. And I feel like I need to do the same thing with you on your fix and flips, because that's one of the things that you blow my mind on, these fix and flip projects you do. And of course, you do take a camera with you to yours, which is awesome. But so we got it to 89. But let me just tell you the difference, so everybody understands. In multifamily, the difference of how much we were making at 77% and 89% occupancy is about $1.1 million in value of a property.
What does that equate to cash flow?
So about $18,000 a month difference.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of money. Times that by 12. I mean, you're talking over almost $200,000. That's a lot of cash.
That is a lot of.
That's a lot of cash. Wow, and so the bank was going off of 77 when we had it at 89. The other thing they did is they put in a $120,000 line item for payroll that wasn't on our expense sheet. I called them up. I'm like, guys, you just threw in a $120,000 line item on payroll. We don't have any payroll on this project. Why are you throwing in?
Who's the payroll? Who's it going to? I don't even know. Yeah.
So what a bank does? I'm going to switch out my battery, Chris. You're going to lose me for a half a second. Okay. And then you all are going to get me back right now. Okay. So what that does is, so basically, what a bank does is when it sees a payroll and there's no payroll on a property, there's no payroll. And they're like, no, there needs to be payroll. So they'll just add the number in and they'll look at the market and say, most properties are about 50 to 90,000 in payroll. Let's just make sure we cover ourselves at 120. And they just put it in there, even though we figured a way to manage it without payroll.
Now, let me tell you real quick, just give us a few items that who is receiving this payroll, just so my viewers can get a mental picture.
It could be a man, like an office assistant, like an office person, a leasing agent stays in the office. So somebody drives by the apartment. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like let's say you guys have probably been to apartment buildings where you walk in and there's somebody at a front desk that can take your information. That person needs to get paid. There might be a janitor on site, a maintenance person that needs to get paid. There might be those kinds of people.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's payroll, right?
Okay.
And so they throw in 120 grand, just so you all know, $120,000 a year is $1.5 million in value on a property.
Golly, that's
and so when those are the kinds of mistakes. And so I call up the bank that said no to us. And I said, guys, just to let you know, you're telling me this is worth $30,000 a door. There's not been a property that has sold for less than $43,000 a door in the last 3 years within 50 miles. How are you saying it's worth this little? And so basically we blew apart their entire argument. And the bank actually came back to us and they're like, Mike, we are very impressed with your team. You guys rebuttal and you're 100% right. But because of that appraisal, our underwriting team doesn't feel comfortable and we're going to have to ditch anyway.
They didn't ask you to bring more money into the deal?
No. And we did that. Actually, they did originally. They're like, hey, you know what? If you had more money for capital improvements, we'd feel more comfortable. So I went and raised another $300,000 and to get the deal done. And so we did that. So again, I tell you all this to say, it's one of those things that just helps you get to the finish line. And so don't.
We're laughing. Look at me and Mike are laughing. I promise you, we wouldn't. Anyway, you got to laugh at this stuff.
Oh, you do, man. You do. But believe me, when I was thinking I was going to lose 80 grand, I wasn't laughing. Or 90 grand, I wasn't laughing. But I can tell you this: you all need to be really, what's the word? Continue to pour into yourself as a learner of real estate, and whether that's on Chris's YouTube channel or investing in product or services or going to events. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've gotten into hot spots, and the only thing that's gotten me out are the people I know and can call and ask questions to, and the things I've invested in myself. I can tell you that because I mean, you navigating this $25,000 thing. I'm pretty sure you called up some of your people like, hey man, you ever had this? Yeah, of course. That's what we do. And so it's just, you got to have people there that'll answer the phone. And man, I'm gonna switch cameras here. My bet.
Oh damn! So I'm thinking my 22 years. No, I'm thinking my 25,000 was big. You get ready to lose 80 grand. So round up. If this has helped you, hopefully Mike will come back. Hit that thumbs up. I hope this has been helpful for you. So I'll give you the code. All of you that have stayed, you know I love you. The code this weekend is going to be the code to get 50% off of all my training is going to be July 4. July, the number 4 is July 4. Just type that code in when you check out. That will start Friday at noon. Mike, you there?
Yeah, sorry, brother. I don't know what happened with that, but anyway,
Yeah.
I just had to switch cameras, so you guys are seeing a little bit of my my computer camera rather than my higher end webcam. It just went out.
You're
on
good.
But either way, yeah. So as we kind of started working through that deal, we found somebody that was willing to do it. Cost us a little bit of money, but we own that property now, and we're gonna keep moving forward. But again, and you say this, Chris, all the time, and you are experiencing it now with the deal. Man, having that team, having people you can call, the knowledge you have in the middle of it, so important.
Yeah, I'm glad you. Last thing I want to tell you about, Mike. I didn't ask you about your gut. We started at the beginning, but I want to know about your gut. My gut told me. My guy did the termite inspection. We ripped out the bathroom, and then I noticed there was a lot of moisture under that bathroom. My gut told me to get another inspector. What was your gut telling you on this one here, Mike?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. So my gut was telling me every time that I had to put in more money, like 45,000, we need another 10, we need another 20. Every point I had a decision to make, and that was when I started to really, really leverage that gut that Chris is talking about. So I said, I think I felt like my gut was saying, we're going to get this closed somehow, or else I wouldn't have been putting more money into it. And so my gut was saying,
that was it.
Yeah.
There was nothing else. I mean, you were thinking about obviously your expertise, but damn, to put up another 10 and another 20, and you had another professional telling you that what you were saying is wrong. That's got to be a big hill to climb.
It was, and this is why I'm so glad those of you that are here tonight are here, because learning this stuff, I can tell you that the hot water situations I get myself into in real estate, I get into them all the time. And I'm like, man, how did I get myself in this one? I got to work my way out of it. So just to let you all know, lest you think, oh man, Mike Fritz is out there buying, dude, I make way more mistakes than I don't make. And so I just kind of slugging it out there. Right. I mean, it's true, man. It's true. So, but I can tell you this, the one thing that I read, that most of you have probably at least heard of Rich Dad Poor Dad, or I hope have read it.
Yeah.
It's a great book. One of the kind of pivotal books a lot of people read first in real estate. I have a really awesome wife. She actually read it before I did, and she wakes me up in the middle of a nap. She's like, "You got to read this book. This thing's amazing."
Sweet.
And so I read it, and kind of rest is history. But he made a comment in there: don't say I can't afford it. Ask how can I? How can I? Well, it's the same in real estate. It's not, man, it's how can I get this deal done? I'm in the middle of a show. How can I get this done? How can I get this done? So I have to stay in the how can I mode way more than the what if it doesn't mode. Because the what if it doesn't mode, that'll crush you. Because if you're always thinking about the negative things that can happen, and I know that seems so like, oh, positive thinking. I'm telling you, brother and sister. I mean, tell me, positive. Chris, I'm telling you, in the middle of this, it's easy to get that way, but you have to. How can I? What's a different way I can do that? I mean, we were just about to close on this property, and I had them call me up on a technicality in the agreement. We had a. I won't bore you with the details, but it was just somebody that we had on the title wrong, and he's like, the bank won't loan to individuals, and he's not in an LLC, and he couldn't come in an LLC for a number of reasons because he was in a 1031 exchange. And so I'm like, this could kill. He was bringing in $500,000 into this deal. So I'm like, this could kill the whole deal. We're 24 hours from close on this deal. And so I'm scrambling again. I'm picking up. I'm burning the lines. Okay, how do we do this? What do we do this? I'm talking to my attorney. And so
that's why you didn't pick the phone up. I was calling you.
And so it's one of those things where you just keep asking, okay, I just always say this. I know there's somebody smarter than me that has gotten a deal like this done before.
Right.
And so how can I find that person's information, ask them, find them, call them. If they can't get a hold of it, call somebody who knows them, somebody smarter than me has figured this out. So what did they do?
I was listening to James Baldwin today. He goes, we all like to think of ourselves as what we're going through is just the worst thing that ever happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And little do we know that this has happened to other people before, all the time through history, the beginning of man.
Exactly. Exactly. I just keep thinking like, Robert Kiyosaki, $500 million in net worth. I'm like, I'm guessing he's probably faced a stressful situation to get where he is a time or two. And I heard Dean Graziosi say this one time during an interview with Ed Milet. He said, if you want your income to go up, you have to solve bigger problems.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want your income to go from 40,000 a year to 400,000 a year, or even 100, you have to solve a bigger problem.
Wow, man.
And so when I was sitting in the middle of that deal, I'm like, well, Mike, this is a multi-million-dollar deal. I stand to make probably when I exit in 3 years, anywhere from 400 to 600,000 personally on this deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to make that kind of money, Mike? Okay, that's fine. But you got to solve bigger problems.
I love that.
When Dean said that to me, I'm like, that's a really good reminder that we don't just get to walk in making six figures without solving bigger problems, right?
And becoming the person that can solve that problem. Because the Mike Fritz 5 years ago might have crashed and burned. I don't know.
Might have. There is no might have. Would have. There's no might have. The Mike Fritz 2 years ago would have crashed and burned. And so all that to say, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of absolutely. And so you're 100% right. And so going to that next level, and even buying a duplex to buying a 20 unit, the only difference is solving problems and the mindset, right? And so all of you that are on here, it's not out of reach. It might be out of reach for the person you are today, but that's why you've got to become a different person who can reach that shelf. And I'll tell you, and I'm not saying that to preach at anyone, because I need to hear the same message. I need to be on the other side of this screen just as much as I'm on this side.
That's cool. I think a lot of times we minimize the fact that it's up to us to become, even the stuff I look at now. It's like, I remember, Michael, when I first started getting the game, if I had a refrigerator go out, or my tenant called me about a central heating and air, I had a call today, a central heating and air went out. I was like, okay, go fix it. What's the next? I mean, I didn't even think about it, but before I remember having these repairs, Mike, I mean, I would be able to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about $300. I'm like, dear God, how am I going to get $300 to get a new refrigerator? I mean, it was devastating, Mike.
Totally. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Because the person, yeah, I could not agree more to you. And so yeah. And so I could tell you 2 years ago. So in 2017, I had a bad business breakup, and I was sitting in a 3-bedroom apartment that I was renting with my wife with $2,000 in the bank. And that's all that I had. And we're talking 4 years ago. So those of you that think that, oh man, it's years and years and years, it's not. It's a specific strategy done quickly. That's all it is. And so, a lot of people don't know, I entered 2020 with 13 units and exited with over 300. So it has nothing to do with well, he's been doing this for years. I have not. I've had a few units for quite a few years, but I haven't. And so all of you can do this. I got some questions here, Mike. Let me pay some bills real quick. You want to do some questions with me, or you gone? No, man. I came to hang with your peeps tonight, man. You let me know. I'll answer any questions I can. Before I get to this Q&A, I got Larry Goins coming on tomorrow. He's going to go over how to buy houses under $10,000 and then sell them owner financing, y'all. Seller financing. And the code to get all my training for 50% off is July 4. July, the number 4. Just go to krishaskins.com. I'm here to serve you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. Let's see what we got here. Mike, what we gonna do, man? You gonna give my homie something for July 4th? Can we work? Oh,
you don't have to tell us now, but can we at least agree to do something? I don't know. Yes, we are gonna do. We're absolutely gonna do something. So I'm gonna at the end of the month, it might actually be the first weekend in August. I am reshooting my seller financing secrets, which coming up with all the foreclosures that are going to be lifting, knowing the moratorium. It's over. Yeah, I know. Well, it's almost over. We have it. It's over August 1st. They're gonna keep it through July, and then it's coming, baby. I know. I don't wish bad on anybody. My thing is, I don't know, man. I gotta get the Q&A, Mike. What's your perspective on the moratorium? It's weird how when you're on one side of the fence, you're like, please, moratorium, I need it. On the other side of the fence, all the guys that I know are like, damn, Chris, this moratorium. So it's almost this perspective.
Yeah. So my thing so we don't want to kick anybody out of our units ever. I mean, because you have to understand, when I've said this for years, your customer is your tenant.
That's right.
They pay all our bills. They pay all of your well. They build the well. I mean, the tenant is the customer. So they're the greatest thing that you can have. They're gold.
They are.
And so that's how we want to treat them. So I don't want any single person. So my take on the moratorium is what they should have done. If they should have kept the assistance, and then they should have just had a ban that said, if you refuse assistance, then you can be evicted.
I got you.
And so if they would have, because the assistance existed. So it's like, hey, if you're not willing to even go down and help yourself, I can't do it for you.
Yourself.
Although our property managers we worked with the rental services company to actually fill out the paperwork for people so that they could get it and stay in their place.
That's so crazy.
But sometimes I feel like I'm doing them a disservice by doing that, because I feel like I'm enabling them.
Handicap.
I'm handicapped. I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. And there's a lot of people out there that think, I saw something the other day that, everybody's screaming about this moratorium being over. These landlords are just snakes. And I'll tell you, I know a lot of landlords. I don't know too many snakes. I know a lot of people that are like, hey, we have an agreement. I'll keep the place safe and secure and make sure if anything's fixed, I'll fix it. And you pay rent, and we're going to have a great relationship as long as we can both keep up our end of the bargain here. And but yeah, I think we got to get it. We got to get it moving. And so I'm glad that it's lifted. But the foreclosure moratorium, was that lifted as well?
I did to do my research. I just, I don't watch any news. I just saw it in my feed.
I did too. And so the eviction moratorium, actually what the Supreme Court ruled was the CDC didn't have the jurisdiction to actually do that in the first place. And so that was the ruling. And I'm like, well,
how long is that going to take to unfold, right? I mean,
I know. Wasn't that like a phone call? Like, why are we like 12, 14, 15 months into this, figuring this out now, right? But anyway, foreclosure moratorium lifts. Seller financing is going to be a very important strategy. And so I am redoing my seller financing secrets course, and I'm going to shoot it on a 1-day live event. And I'm going to give all your peeps 50% off the ticket price.
All right. So we'll come back and you'll work on that, Mike. Can we get that done for the 4th of July or no? At least have
what is today? Yeah, we can get it. What's that, Monday or Tuesday, something like that?
Well, I mean.
What time? My dates are all messed up, brother. I've been traveling. What is
we'll
today?
deal with it.
We'll deal with it. But you guys will get 50, even if it's after 4th, you guys will get 50% off as a 4th of July. So that you guys can come hang out with me for a day and learn this seller financing, how to find it, how to negotiate with sellers, what's the structure, what's the terms, how to do all that stuff.
Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely, brother.
We got some love offerings. Donovan Miller, thank you so much. Thank you. Says you are awesome, Mike. Super sticker, anonymous. Thank you so much. It is just an honor. I'm telling y'all, it's an honor to be able to serve you. Just service. Mike, this lady was asking me, Truth Seeker, can we get an official hard money list of lenders? I've been scammed. If you're paying a fee for inspection, processing, they're gonna get you.
That's a great question. I don't have a list necessarily assembled, but one of the things that I like to do is I like to go the referral route. So I go to people in the industry that have used hard money, and I just said, hey, who are you using? Because they don't care to give their name away. In fact, sometimes that gives them better deals, because if they're pushing more business, they tend to get more business, better deals from that hard money lender. So they don't care to give that name out.
That's true.
And so I like the referral game, because then I know that I've got, like, if I'm going to get a hard money lender in the single family space, then I'm going to come to Chris and say, Chris, who you using? Especially if I'm in his area, in an area, I'm going to say, Chris, who do you like? And he might even know a private money guy that said, hey, why don't you cut me in on the deal, and I'll bring some capital. And you never know what kind of deal, what kind of partnership kind of unfolds when you ask somebody for that kind of referral.
Yeah. Good point. Luis, how far do you take your lien holders, second, third, or fourth interest rate, and are they backed by the asset?
Okay. Yeah. So yes. So they're not necessarily lien holders. They actually own the asset. They actually own the real estate. My investors that come into my deal, they are owners of the asset. So I can't sell it without money being dispersed to their LLCs. I can't do it because they're actually on the asset. So our fund is owned by an LLC, and so that money gets transferred to that LLC and then dispersed to the owners of the equity inside that LLC. And so now, what rates? Every single deal is different, brother. So in multifamily, there's a dance between cash flow and appreciation. And so, sometimes if appreciation's high, cash flow is really low when we start, so they don't get a lot of money up front. But when we sell it, they do really well. Or maybe appreciation's low, but cash flow is really high. Like they're selling it at market rate. There's really nowhere to take the property, but we're going to get a really good rate of return for 4 or 5 years, and then maybe the market will raise it a little bit at the end. And so it's always a dance between cash flow and appreciation. And those numbers, I like to look for 6 to 8% a cash on cash return when I buy a property. And then on that appreciation, I always like to appreciate it at least the amount of money that I have into it. So if I had to put 400,000 in, I want to appreciate it 400,000 so I can refi that money out and give them their money back if need be.
Luis, so this is why I like talking to Mike. Ain't no in hell I'm going to put one of my lenders as an owner on a single family home, and I say that respectively. They don't want to be owners. They want to get a check.
Exactly.
And they want their money back. So single family homes, let's just say the house is 100,000. We're going to borrow 80 or 80-20, whatever we're going to do. We give them a lien, like you're saying here. I'll do down the second or third. I don't mind doing that. And we pay 6 to 8% depending on the deal. And absolutely, I want them, if I get hit by a bus, I want them to be able to liquidate that asset and get their money back, and they're gone. Yeah, gone down the street. And if we have to do a fractionalized deed or trust, luckily I've had some big lenders, so I don't really have to piece them together a lot. But yeah, we do that. So Mike's different world. That's why you got to have people around you that are a little bit different to give you some perspective on different ways to borrow money. Y'all stop messing with me. So I was on the 702 album, but that album isn't even the funky album. This is the good album right here.
Oh,
the good album is the 8 Mile album. That's the one over here. So I guess you can't see it. That's 8 Mile there with Eminem, and that's 702 right there. Okay, y'all. So y'all leave me alone. Oh Lord, somebody's like, I want to ask. Anonymous, you will be, but forget. Just become a better person, man.
Yeah, and be better and pave the way so we can learn from you.
That's right. Offer mentorship. Email me if anybody's looking for that. kris@krishaskins.com. Man, good stuff. Yes, love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You all know I sincerely mean it too. I'm not just out here making up stuff. Jennifer, this is great. You're both humble and with integrity. Thank you for supporting the channel. One of our members. Janet, I had to replace 3 air conditioning units this year.
Yeah, those AC units will get you.
Yeah, they will.
They'll get you, man. Especially in multifamily. Oh, anytime I see wall units in multifamily, I get nervous because that's one of the biggest. Because if they start going, a lot of times they start going at one. It can get pricey.
Wall units. You're talking about the ones like at the hotel?
Yeah. So a lot of older, like 60s, 70s build used air conditioning wall units, not central air.
That's true. Just email me, kris@krishaskins.com, y'all. Cheech. Yay. Oh, I don't know how to say that one. Bay is a thing in real estate. Sucks, but it's true. S-cheat? I don't know what that is, Mike. What's S-cheat?
I don't either. I don't know what it is either, brother. That's above my pay grade.
Yeah, me too. Donna, Kris, I really appreciate my content. May I ask the cost of the seller financing half off? I don't know, Mike. I mean, it'll be fair. I mean, he hasn't even put it together. Let the man.
I literally don't even know. I just know.
I just put him on the spot.
Hey, So I'm like, hey, whatever we create, you guys are going to get 50% off.
It'll be affordable, man.
And it'll be Yeah, and the cool thing is, you'll get to hang out, and that day we'll have some guest speakers, and it'll be a day of action-packed content. So, yeah, we'll have a good day.
All right, sorry about that, Donna. I didn't mean to blow you up, but yeah, I literally, I promise you, I called him. You saw it. I just called him, man. So it was like I called him to see if he was available, and I wanted him to do something for 4th of July. Air conditioners. Deanna's, when and where is the pre-foreclosure event? The pre-foreclosures, I have a foreclosure summit that's one of my training products you can use. But I think Mike was just talking about pre-foreclosures in general after the moratorium, right, Mike?
Yeah. No, I'm saying that seller financing is going to be a great tactic. Seller financing is going to be a great tactic after they lift the foreclosure moratorium and we see more inventory hit the market. Yep. Taking those in seller financing so that you don't necessarily have to come up with all the cash is going to be a great strategy to understand, especially in the multifamily space, but in any space.
Okay, that's it, Mike. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Hey, to be able to hang out with you guys are great. I love you all, and we'll be back and we'll let you know. But thank you, and Chris, I also want to give you a personal shout out, brother. I signed your petition on getting rid of the Confederate flag. I'm with you 100%, brother.
Oh yeah, that damn Confederate flag! I forgot, man. You know what's weird? What's crazy is
get rid of it. Unbelievable, dude.
I don't know if you ever driven down 95, Interstate 95, man. They got big ones hanging down. I really feel like, I don't want to look out for somebody holding a gun or, it's just hate, dude.
No, it is hate. That's exactly what we need to get rid of it, man. And so we need to remember that we're a country moving forward, and we got a spotty past. Let's not hang flags about our spotty past. How about what in the world are we doing that for? What in the world? Yeah. We need a whole lot more unity today than we've ever have in the world. And so let's build some unity. Turn off the news and let's start doing something that really matters.
I was once again, man. I'm like, what am I doing? I had to ask myself today, what am I doing for my countrymen? And it's like I was thinking about the litter, and it's like the man he was talking. And he goes, "If you can't even keep your own neighborhood clean, what the hell are you gonna do for the world?" And I'm like, "Yeah, damn it, it was so right." And it's embarrassing when you can't keep your own community. It's irresponsible to me. And we're supposed to be leading the country, and why can't we come together and make this thing right?
Got to get that thing out of please. I will back. I've already signed that, but I back it up 1,000,000%. So let's get that thing done. It's just don't need that.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, round up. So that link is in the video description if you want to join us. I guess Mike too, or not? No, Mike and I, and just trying to make flying the Confederate flag, just ban it. I'm telling you, the last 2 houses I bought had Confederate flags.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you see, I walked in the shed and they're hanging Confederate flags, 3 of them. Yeah,
it just doesn't. No, man, not in this world. We should just let's not worship something that was not good for all people.
Evil. Okay, Mike. Thank you. Round up. Listen, subscribe to the channel, like this content in the video description below, and share with any other investors. And we got some goodies. The 4th of July sale. You remember, use the code July4 tomorrow. Larry Goins at 7:00. And I'll see you on the next video roundup. I love you. Peace.